Kabla tulete hizo picha mtazamaji moja kwa moja, tumsikize, tumpate moja kwa moja.
First of all, congratulations. The biggest win of your career over Deontay Wilder just over a week ago. Would you agree with that? Do you think this is the biggest win of your career? And how did you feel after this victory?
Thanks for your well wishes. It's another landmark in my career with the victory over Wilder, because that means I'm getting closer to my goal.
You outweighed Wilder by about 68 pounds. This is more than 30 kilograms. I mean, you dwarfed him in the ring. Did you have extra confidence based on your size? How did you feel in there with somebody who's basically 4 weight divisions smaller than you?
Wilder is lighter than me in weight, and that's my advantage. My fists are powerful in the heavyweight division, and all of my opponents are scared of me.
Wilder, of course, the Bronze Bomber, he's known as one of the most fearsome power punches. Despite being a very light heavyweight, he's always been known for this vicious right hand. In his loss against Joseph Parker, he was rather tentative. He's being criticized for not really letting go. Previous fights, he would really attack guys. And the same against you. He was pawing the left, he was jabbing a lot, but he wasn't really letting go the right hand. Did you feel that he was sort of scared or holding back with that? What do you think happened in that fight? Was he not really himself? And were you expecting this kind of a fight from Wilder?
Well, I have no idea. Maybe because he didn't find an opportunity. But his right hand is really powerful. Looking back at his past bouts, many fighters, including Tyson Fury, were knocked down by him, and some of them were even beaten into a state of shock and sent to a hospital. So the power of his right hand is really terrifying, but I managed to limit the use of his right hand. Both of my hands are powerful, but Wilder is only powerful with his right hand. I controlled him, so he had no space to attack.
After the fight, you said he punches pretty hard, that you felt some good shots. Do you think you took his best shots in the fight? How did you feel after the bout?
I have said in training sessions and the pre-fight press conference that this is Chinese power versus Alabama power. I was a little bit dizzy when he punched me, but I held on and punched back when I got the chance and turned the tables. Actually, my coach told me that Wilder would continue to attack after he successfully landed a punch, so I needed to be very careful and defend well. In addition, I needed to look for opportunities to fight back, because there would be big gaps during his attacks. So I knew I could turn the tables as long as I found an opportunity.
Well, now the question is, what's next? The heavyweight division's in a situation it hasn't been since 1999 when Lennox Lewis unified the belts. Now here we are again with Alexander Usyk holding all 4 of them. So this puts a bit of a strange situation. So who do you want to take on next?
Because Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk will have a rematch in December, they are excluded. But I still have many choices. For example, a rematch against Joseph Parker, as I have an agreement on terms with him. Anthony Joshua also can be considered, and acted capital as well. I have many opponents to consider, and I am okay with any of them.
You've had a couple of fights in Saudi Arabia. I believe this one coming out, I mean, it's a fantastic arena. The walkout alone was spectacular. You're coming out on that big T-shaped stage, fireworks going off, everything. How do you like fighting in Saudi Arabia? The reception from the fans and just everything going on there, the whole procedure.
The atmosphere of competing in Saudi Arabia is very good, and people also have a lot of passion for boxing there. Through hosting these competitions, Saudi Arabia is gradually becoming the world boxing center. I fought in Saudi Arabia for the first time in 2022, and I have 2 fights there this year. I felt really great.
So how about China? You haven't fought in this country for many years. I know you would love that. Your star is on the rise. I mean, you are really helping to grow the sport of boxing, and you are a worldwide star. After beating Deontay Wilder, former world champion, you're a huge name now. What do you think the chances of a fight in China? How might that come about?
Our team has been working on that. We want to hold a top-level fight in China so that Chinese boxing fans can enjoy it on home soil. China now has many boxing enthusiasts, and millions of people stayed up to watch the fight between Wilder and I online, so I know they are looking forward to a grand fight being held in China.
The Paris Olympics are coming up this summer. You fought in 2 Olympics. You won silver in Beijing 2008, 5th place in London 2012. Tremendous Olympic experience, obviously. Can you tell us about how it's different fighting for your country at the Olympics as compared to fighting professional, especially on the stage that you're now at?
The feelings were the same. Before turning professional in boxing, the Olympics are our highest honor, so we represent our country in the Olympics and fight for the honor of the country. And even though after turning professional, I no longer represent the national team, when I step out of China, I represent China. So every time I fight, you can see China's national flag on my boxing shorts, and I will tell the boxing fans around the world, this is Chinese power.
And you do it very well. I know after your fights too, you talk about wanting to help the world learn more about China. You see yourself as an ambassador, not just for the country, but for the sport. And why is this so important for you?
This is very important for me because I represent China. We Chinese have never been involved in heavyweight boxing before. After I won the silver medal in the 2008 Beijing Olympics, I knew that I could compete in heavyweight boxing. Then after I finished the 2012 London Olympics, I looked at professional boxing again. I was 31 years old at that time. Maybe in everyone's eyes, I was an older athlete. But in my heart, I was still young. After I turned professional, I could go even higher, so that's my motivation. I want to leave a strong mark for China's heavyweights on the heavyweight boxing stage.
Again, about the Olympics coming up, at the Hangzhou Asian Games last year, you were there watching, supporting your countrymen in the competition. So obviously, tremendous support and association with the amateur boxers representing the country. Do you have any advice for your compatriots that will be competing in Paris this year? What would be your message to them?
The Chinese delegation will compete for the country.
Mtazamaji, tutakuwa nachukua mapumziko mafupi, alafu tukirejea tutakuwa kueleza ni kipi kinazidi kufanyika kule Olimpiki.